The third race on the program is the first leg of the big one, the Pick Six, the bet we all try and we all love to take. 1,200 meters, race 3 at 2:05. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares, and at this early time of recording, scratched as number 2, Princess Sabrina, and we are awaiting a jockey on number 7, Galactico. Donovan Dillon, get well soon with your broken hand, I think it is. And number 8, Lundy Island. They've declared blinkers on. Now, Dees, my first choice was number 2, Princess Sabrina. We checked the scratchings before we went to record, so I'm on the back foot here in the first leg of the Pick Six. I think it's a tricky maiden race. It's a small field, so for those that can afford it, maybe go the field, because races 4, 5, and 6, you and I have found some bankers. But one of my horses to follow, or horse to watch out for, is number 8, Lundy Island. Now, what do you make of this horse? You would have spoken to Lyle about Lundy Island, Mamba and Seattle filly. They've put blinkers on her. Is it that she's not trying? I like her. She's one of my horses to watch out for. I've been following her, and now with the scratching of my first choice, Princess Sabrina, she carries my hopes.
Well, we haven't compared notes. We arrived early here, and we haven't compared notes. I haven't seen your selections. That's the way we like to do the show, so we have some banter on.
Yes.
But I would tell you that that's my horse to follow as well.
Okay.
That is my horse to follow, Lundy Island. And the reason being, when I looked at the race and after the scratching of Clinton Binder's horse,
yes,
then the next bet looked to be number 4, Perfect Display, just on what she's shown here in the province. After her 2 runs in Cape Town, they brought her down. Her first run was a poor effort. She didn't improve behind Wavecrest, and then last time out, a disappointing run. But the key to this horse is, if you go to the comments column in the computer form, and Lyle did mention this to me last time as well, she seems to choke up in races, and that obviously is a breathing problem. Now, it could be a smart move from the yard. I'm not saying it's not going to happen over shorter, but maybe they feel it's not going to affect her as worse as it's been over further. So they're dropping her in distance, but we're not saying that the breathing problem is going to go away now,
sure,
that she goes over shorter, but it's something that the stable's trying. So the fact that she showed a lot of pace and speed at a penultimate start, and she wasn't, she could have been a winner. It was that close that day between herself and Wavecrest. So we have to respect Justin Snate, and he's engaged Luke Ferraris up. But the concern for me is that if she has this issue in a race, I mean, she could run stone last if it affects her badly, and that has to be playing at the back of your mind. And for that reason, Lundy Island, when I saw the blinkers engaged, then I knew that this could be a huge improver in the race, because she hasn't run badly, but she just seems to be flat-footed when, you need her to give you your best. And hopefully the blinkers sharpen her up. The draw is not an issue. It's not the strongest of fields. And now that she's got the experience, and Lyle's got to know her last time out as well, I think you could be on the money here with possibly the value in the race.
Dees, the fact of the matter is that, as you say, it's now at this point in time, a 7-horse field. Of those 7 runners, 2 of them are returning from very, very long breaks. So now it makes it possibly a 5-horse race. And taking that those 2 will need the run, Green Dream and Galactica. Airbus, well tried in the sense going for her 10th start. Regina's Angel showed some life last time. Spicy Hot needs to improve. So there we go. So you and I were different in the race before, but here we believe Lundy Island from Perfect Display. Let's take as many exactors as we can.
The horse that worries me is the Spicy Hot. I'm going to take a stance and say that the 2 runs in the province, you may have just needed it, and you can clearly see that last time out there was good betting support for her, and she's drawn 1. And I don't know, what's happening with Andre Nel and Platinum Racing with their jockeys here in KZN, but I just get the feeling, having a look at the riding engagements, and we would have found this out on Sunday. This show is being recorded before racing, whether Ryan Munger is now engaged to ride for Platinum Racing and Andre Nel and KZN.
Yeah, it will certainly be interesting and lovely to have Ryan in the province, because he certainly, when I interviewed him the other day, he said his KZN raids were very, very quiet in the past, but he's firing home a few winners now, so he's chuffed with that. But safe to say, first leg of the pick six, we're not going to bank a Lundy Island, but we're expecting a big run from Lundy Island.
Yep, that's going to be the horse to follow. Perfect display and spicy hot.
That's race 3, the first leg of the pick six. Race 4 in a while.